Hill with Representative Eric Burleson showing some whistleblower video during a hearing about UFOs. It seems to show a U.S. military drone shooting a missile at an unidentified object just off the coast of Yemen last year. But as CBS News senior national security correspondent Charlie D'Agata reports, the aerial mission did not go as planned.
The newly released video captured by a U.S. Reaper drone shows a glowing orb off the coast of Yemen. Suddenly, on the left side of your screen, you see a hellfire missile zip in, strike that unidentified object, then bounce right off it. When we slow the video down, you see the hellfire missile continue to travel on its path, that trajectory becoming clearer from this zoomed-out angle. Not shown is a second Reaper drone that launched the missile. Congressman Eric Burleson shared the video at a House Oversight Committee on what the military calls unidentified aerial phenomena, better known as UFOs.
That's a hellfire missile smacking into that UFO and just bounced right off. And it kept going.
It kept going, and it looks like the debris was taken with it.
Yeah, what the hell is that?
We've never seen a hellfire missile hit a target and bounce off.
Lou Elizondo is a former senior intelligence officer with the Pentagon.
When a hellfire makes a hit, a kinetic strike on something solid, there's usually not much left of whatever it is it's hitting. It's very, very destructive. What seems to happen is that the missile is either redirected or in some case perhaps glances off the object and continues on its way.
A recent government report revealed the government received more than 750 new UAP sightings in the 2024 fiscal year, leaving lawmakers digging into the mystery and national security concerns posed by these objects.
Does this video scare you guys? Yes or no?
Yes.
Wiggins?
Yes.
Yes.
Me too. There's a lot of information that's not in that video, like what mission they were on, and as they said, what are we even looking at here? We do know that the U.S. military was conducting airstrikes against Houthi targets at the time. Pentagon officials tell CBS News, no comment. Charlie D'Agata, CBS News.
Comet,
Washington.
asteroid, or something else? A Harvard astrophysicist believes there's a strong likelihood this is a craft of alien origin. Give me the best case for why you think this object may be extraterrestrial and maybe alien form.
Well, first, its brightness implies that if it represents reflection of sunlight from a solid object, it needs to be 20 kilometers in diameter. That's bigger than Manhattan Island. And this is a giant rock. The previous interstellar objects were hundreds of times smaller. So it just doesn't make sense that the third object from interstellar space will be 100 times bigger than the previous two. And we won't see anything in between. And moreover, there is not enough rocky material in interstellar space to deliver us a rock of this size, 20 kilometers, over a period of about a decade that we conducted the survey of the sky, because this material is very rare and you expect it once per maybe 10,000 years or longer. And so it's surprising if indeed it's a rock of that size.
NASA is saying this is a comet. It poses no threat to Earth and will remain at a distance of at least 1.6 astronomical units. That's about 150 million miles.
It will actually get closest to the sun on October 29th, 2025, and that's when the Earth would be on the opposite side. It's as if it tries to avoid us. We won't be able to observe it. But it also comes from a direction in the sky that is crowded with lots of stars. It was difficult to see it until July 1st, 2025. And so the fundamental question is, was this designed by intelligence out there? And my argument is that we should collect as much data as possible to figure it out. And I defined a new scale that is now called the Loeb scale after my last name, where 0 implies a purely natural object like a comet or an asteroid, and 10 is a definitely technological object that maneuvers, broadcasts a signal or transmits some artificial lights. And I rank this object, 3i Atlas, as 4 on the scale between 0 and 10. And of course, the more data we have, the clearer it will become. As it comes closer to the sun, it should erupt, it should outgas and produce a beautiful cometary tail. If it is a comet, we don't see a cometary tail as of now. The Hubble Space Telescope took a very high resolution image of it, and all we see is some glow surrounding it that is actually preceding it towards the direction of the sun, but nothing behind it the way we see cometary tails.
All right, Shalom. I'd like to start up saying, Call Halayim La Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Harikak Wadash Ma'abath. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, and double honors to our elder apostle as well. I heard one by Yashar down here in the lines in the Yashar camp. Salutations to the Akim that are pushing the truth, sincerity, and truth, and peace and blessing to the men, women, and children that believe in the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. All right, I'm Knox and I'm by Yashar from the lines in the Yashar camp. Like, this is another Lions and News and Prophecy. It was laying backing off of a video that the elder did last month around August 22nd, if I'm not mistaken. And you know, there's just some more articles came up about the same topic about the three-eye atlas that they don't really know what it is. But one of the most significant things is that on or around October 29th, it's gonna be behind the sun, and ain't nobody gonna be able to track it. They ain't gonna be knowing what it's doing. Is it a chariot? Who knows? It could be. Well, hopefully it is. Hopefully our salvation is nearer than once we once believed. But the Lord said He's gonna tell us when to look up, man. So Lord willing, this lesson to edify and serve His purpose for the hope of elect, the ones that truly believe in the name of Yahweh by Shem Shai. These are things that we're supposed to be speaking about. All right. Um, Warning the people what's to come. All right, this is Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 1. Speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written on paper, for they are faithful and true. All right, make it plain upon tables, man. All right, it says strange interstellar object hurtling towards Earth has now grown a tail. Astronomers say it hasn't grown the tail because if it grew the tail, they would label it as a comet. It has an aura of light that's beaming before it, right? Not behind it. So it can't be a comet. You see that? Like fire. It said a striking new image of the strange interstellar object 3A Atlas has revealed its growing a tail, offering more proof that it is a comet visiting our solar system. No, that's not what they see. That this article is contradicting what he just said in the damn video. All right. It says a suspected comet discovered on July 1st is only the third known interstellar object to pass through the solar system after comet um, Oumuamua in 2017 and comet 2I uh, Borisov in 2019. But this one is like way bigger, like 100 times bigger, they said, than those two. Right? But we just listening to the video that they said that it doesn't have a tail. It has a beam of light in front of it. See that? So previous estimates suggest that the comet is no more than 3.5 miles wide and could veer close to Mars without posing any threat to Earth. Now researchers assessing images captured by the Gemini South Telescope located on a mountain in the Chilean Andes have found that the object has now grown a tail of gas. Also observed a growing coma, which is the dust of gas cloud forms around comets' icy nucleus, and it gets closer as it gets closer to the sun. It says using the telescope's multi-object spectrograph instrument, scientists gather information on the wide length of light emitted by the comet. Comets don't emit light; they reflect it. See that? The data offers insight to the comet's composition and chemistry, allowing researchers to understand how it changes as it passes through the solar system. The primary objectives of the observation were to look at the colors of the comet, which provides clues to the composition and size of the dust particles in the comet, and to take spectra for a direct measure of the chemistry, said astronomer Karen Meach from the University of Hawaii Institute for Astronomy. We're excited to see the growth of the tail, suggesting a change in its particles from the previous Gemini image. And we no see what happened to the light that is pushing in the front. You see that? It says observation has so far revealed that unlike comets bound to the sun, 3i Atlas is traveling in an orbit that will eventually carry it back into interstellar space. During its current brief passage through the solar system, astronomers have once in a lifetime opportunity to study its material and understand how similar objects from around the distance form around the distance of a sun of stars. Like it says, the latest observations suggest that it is made of dust and ice similar to those of comets native to our solar system, hinting at shared processes in the formation of solar systems around other stars as well. Observations provide both a breathtaking view and critical scientific data, Dr. Meach said. It remains it reminds us that the solar system is just one part of the vast dynamic galaxy. And all right, so now you have this object that last year um uh they shot a hellfire missile at it. These are two different objects. And now you have this one, 3i Atlas that was discovered July 1st, right? That's moving at a high rate of speed. I think like they said like between 100 and 150,000 miles an hour, headed towards the sun. And on October 29th, it's going to be behind the sun, but it's not traveling the way a comet would travel. And like they said in the video, 3i Atlas does not have a tail, but has a projecting of light in the front, right? Like it's passing light so it can see where it's going. See that? Let's get this. This is a could be a chariot. It could very well be a chariot. Let's see what happens October 29th when it hides behind the sun. If it changes direction, they know damn well if it's not a comet. And then not only that, when what's the guy on Zaquan's lesson, the weather guy, he got a up close like um zoomed in picture of it, and it's more than one object. It's like four of them. It's like three or four objects moving at the same rate of speed. I think it's like one in front and three behind. You see that? So they don't know what it is. They just speculating and making, you know what I'm saying, like guesses and trying to deflect what it really could be. And for it to be producing its own light and not reflecting light as a comet would says a lot within itself. All right, this is Exodus 13 and 21. It says, the Lord went before them by day in a pillar of a cloud to lead them the way, and by night in a pillar of fire to give them light to go day to go by day and night. See that? So if it's giving off its own light, it's more than likely a chariot, man. It's more than likely a chariot. This is Psalm 68 and 17. It says the chariots of Yahweh are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them as Sinai in the holy place. Right. Just like how um Joshua sent spies out to scope the land. These could very well be spies of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, you know. So these are the things that we hope for. and we're looking for. Psalms 91:1, it says, "He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty." Right, and that's keeping your mind occupied in prophecy, occupied on His word. Verse 2, it says, "I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my power; in Him will I trust. Surely He shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with His feathers, and under His wings thou shalt trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler." Right. The feathers are the angels, and the wings are the chariots, man. So this could be very well be a chariot, man. You know, and the elder spoke about this last month, the end of last month sometime. And it's gonna keep resurfacing until October 29th, until they gather more intel to see what this thing is actually going to be doing. You know, in truth, and peace and blessings to the men, women, and children that believe in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Shalom.